Okay, so this is something I wanted to do for a while. I want to sketch some letters, and I want to show you how I do it. This is not especially the way it should be done, but it's the way I do it. So here we go. What I normally do is I start by writing whatever I'm about to do a graph about. So right now I'm doing my surname. Writing it like this kind of gives me a bit of an idea when I'm doing the letters of what I could do. Like I quite like this, the way the U goes. And a lot of the time what I'm going to be doing is just accentuate what I just seen, like that, and then just work on it. And then just add loads of doodads around it. But anyway, let's just start. Let's start with the B. Okay, so obviously this is, the cool thing about doing graffiti letters is that there aren't any rules. This is normal B. You pretty much want to go away from this. If a normal B wants you to go this way, in graffiti you kind of want to go the opposite way, And then if obviously the bottom bubble thing is bigger, well, maybe you want to do a smaller one because you want to. This is what's so cool about it. There aren't any rules. Like when I do, when I paint photorealistic portraits and stuff, there are loads of rules. Especially if I'm doing a celebrity, it's got to look like that person. But when you're doing letters, wow, this doesn't look good so far. When you're doing letters, it's like doing abstract. There aren't any rules. Just do whatever you want. It's just really, really creative, really good. All right, so let's just go with this. You kind of go with the flow that that works. I mean, a lot of the time, this is hard for me. I mean, I've got coffee right here, but I can't have the music because of the YouTube copyright. But normally, that's what I need. Hip hop, a blank page, a biro, and some coffee. This is kind of a demo as well to see if you guys like seeing this kind of subject. So if you want me to sketch more, do more videos about sketching letters and all that stuff, just let me know. Okay, so that's a basic B. Right, so now what could I do to it? I could... Actually, let's focus on the B for now. Let's not do the other letters. So, to make it a bit more interesting, I could develop this bit and stretch it out a bit. So maybe not so rigid. Could do some kind of thing like this. And one thing also that looks really cool in graph is if you got this kind of lines, those are great. So you got this, this style where everything is really straight. Oh, by the way, don't tape your page to the desk, because it's good if to be able to move around. It's kind of cool. And also your hand curves better this way. I mean, this is easy rather than trying to do it like this. Can be done, but obviously just move the page to make it comfortable for yourself. Right, so maybe a arrow would look cool. Whenever I sketch, the lines have to be perfect, otherwise this is annoying me. It has to be spot on. It's a bit difficult because obviously I'm recording this. I can't just be as free as I want. but never mind. Maybe one like this as well. Just really trying to go with what feels good. There aren't any rules, you know. If you're learning and somebody's saying, "Oh yeah, but this is how we do it in the crew," and just leave that stupid crew. Just do your thing. You know, regardless of what proper graphers say, whatever. This is art. You know, it doesn't matter if it's graph, street art, whatever. It's art. Your whole purpose is to have fun while making something look good. Okay, right. So now this is actually giving me a pretty good idea. What I could do at this point is use my tracing table to kind of get the light showing through, but I think this might work. Yeah, it's actually quite bright enough. Let's see. Yeah, the camera sort of picks it up. So now I can actually trace and change it. So I'll be going that one. Obviously, I don't always draw like this. Just I don't really have a set method. Again, whatever works. Oh yeah, there's one thing that's really important. Like, it looks like I'm going all crazy there, but what you always want to do is by the way, I'm sorry for the breathing, I'm right next to the camera, and I've seen the video footage, it's like, but it's, yeah, I'm sorry. What you want to do is, you want to keep your gravity there. This is super important, and sometimes you'll see some letters, or drawing in general, and you won't actually know why it looks good or why it doesn't. If you're doing something kind of like this, that's off balance and it wants to go this way. It's kind of like falling sort of thing. So obviously sometimes it'll work, but in most cases it won't. And it'll work when it's balanced with something else around here. So what you want to do is, if you go crazy with something on this side, you want to make sure you kind of have something. You gotta imagine this is like actual bricks or something, and then this would make it tip. So you kind of want to have something on this side to balance it, and something here. And that could be a W, for example. So. But you see, this kind of works because it's heavy, it's on it, and it's got some kind of balance. So you have to imagine if you had a line, you know, it'd be sort of equal, you know, and it'd work. So this is the thing here. I'm getting heavy on this side, so I've got to bring something back around here. So then, if all I'm doing is a B, this is kind of like where it works, you know. But if I go too far here, if I put too much on this side, then that'll look a bit weak, you know. So just adding a few things here. I'm keeping the balance around there, and then it makes it work nicely. But then again, it's graph, so if you want it off balance, then you just do off balance. Okay, I think this is a good starting point. Do a bit more, and then I'll just be adding some colors. Hey, maybe I could do the alphabet. if I was doing the alphabet, it'd probably take too long, but let me see if you want to see like a letter per video or something. And I'll get to it. Oh yes, I'm feeling this. Okay, so if I had... Yeah, there we go. And it's cool as well when, you know, when you're sketching, you kind of... A lot of the time I feel like I'm cheating because I'll be doing my letters like this. So say that's my R. And I'm doing this, and then the O is going to be... You see that right there. I didn't mean to do that. But then, you know, I'll be sketching, and then as I'm sketching, that will be sort of like, oh, hang on, that looks kind of cool for the R or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to do that. You know, it's... I don't know if you're going to understand what I mean, but it's kind of... By doing all your construction lines, you know, you're tracing all your sketch and stuff, kind of roughly and all that. There are some lines that are going to appear and you're going to be like, oh, I would normally not do that, but because it's, you know, you're kind of doing it rough, you know, some lines remain, and then you can use those lines. So it's kind of, don't worry if it's not clean when you're sketching. Just you know, keep working on it, and then don't really be too quick to change paper, because there are some lines, like you see that's the U I did before, and I can be like, oh, hang on, that can work as part of the B, you know? You know, that's kind of... And the reason that I think it's cheating, because, you know, I didn't actually want it there in the first place, but it just appeared and I'm just adding it. So, yeah, keep your lines and stuff. It's getting a bit easy now. Another thing as well, it's always good to have multiple pages. If you just have one, it's really hard on the table. But if you have a few, then it's kind of soft, so it's easier to do the lines and the fades. Okay, now I'm just gonna shut up and finish this. Okay, so I went a bit too far with this, whatever that is. Adidas business, not really feeling it. So I like this bit, so I'm gonna just sketch over the top, and I want this to, like what I was saying about the balance thing. I find that this is tipping a bit too much this way. So if this arrow was coming down a bit more, kind of like there, I think that'd be cool. So. Right, I'm just gonna speed up the next bit because the video is gonna be 3 hours otherwise. See you in a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to do the colors. This is what I selected. I'm going to be using Posca's, probably not the black. Okay, so the fill is going to be going from, actually backwards. It's going to go from red to yellow for orange, and then I'm gonna have blue for the bubbles on the outside and the drips, and then I'll just use a black to go around. Got these pens are pretty cool. If you see the tip, you can get nice thin lines, and also get some. So you can get some thin lines and then thicker lines. So as you're defining the letters, got a bit of a try on the colors. Is defining the, whoops. You can have thick and thin lines. So they're pretty good. Anyway, what was I? Okay, so let's go with this. I guess a yellow. What I like about Poscas is they're really wet, as opposed to using letra sets or topic and all that stuff, which I haven't really tried so much, to be honest. So I want to give all the brands a go and see which ones I like best. But so far, kind of like, I mean, I take all of these on jobs, as you can see, they're full of paint, and you know, for murals and everything, they're brilliant. As far as sketching, I probably need to try smaller ones, because these are the 8mm. They're a bit too thick for this, but that's all I have. So let's go with this. I've got a video on how to use Posca pens, if you want to check it out. See, what's cool is you can do this with these. So I've got to check the other markers if they allow you to do that. But you can blend them like that. I'll speed this up again, because otherwise it'll be too long. Okay, so now that the colors are in, I'm gonna do the black outline, which is gonna ping everything, and then a bit of a block drop shadow or something, I don't know. This is looking a little bit too clean as far as where the lines stop or whatever. It's okay on the sketch, but obviously if you're doing this on the wall, you don't want to see these lines, because then you kind of you're bound with these lines. You know, you can't really. I have to go here. I can't just go up there or something because it's already going down there. So that's limiting you if you can see too much where you've traced. So you want to, even all of this could be filled if that was on the wall, of course. And the thing as well is when I'm sketching, I'm like, I can be close and then move out a little bit and I see the whole picture. When you're painting on the wall, you got to take, 20 steps back or something. And sometimes you just can't be bothered, so you don't. And then you're not really getting what you want. So where was I going with this? Whatever. Just keep it a bit more messy. Obviously the pen is showing through the Poscas, but if that was on the wall, any paint would cover any paint, so regardless of the color, so that'd be cool. A quick thing I wanted to say before I forget. When you're sketching, see, this is my B, but that easily could be an M. I could accentuate this a bit more and all that. But then, by turning your letters, you get some really cool things. That could also be an E. Pretty cool E, actually. Yeah, I meant to do an E. So just by turning your paper around, you kind of get some pretty cool things, and then you get some styles which wouldn't be your styles, things that you wouldn't normally do. When I do my E, I tend to do this part a lot bigger, but I never do a big thing like this underneath. But seeing this, I'm like, this is actually cool. I think I'll do that now. Next sketch I'll try and do that. And some letters I'm good with, and some letters I'm bad with. I was trying to sketch my first name. And by the way, this is a challenge to anybody watching this. If you want to do this and make it look good, please do it. And send me the picture. I want to see. I just have to see. Check in the description. You got my email address, the website, all that stuff, or in the about tab. Having a O and then loads of straight letters, that's just impossible to kind of do a tag with. Or a graph. I mean, every time I try it, it's just been hopeless. But my point is, if say if I want to do a V, I'm not really good with these, for example. And that's just really whack. But say I want to do a V, and it doesn't work. Well, maybe I can try and do something else. Maybe I could just try and do an A, because I can do good A's. Or so I think. And then just see where I can get with this. Yeah, but now you're watching, so I can't do a good A. Right, okay, so maybe something like this. Actually, maybe a bit straighter. So we'd have some kind of thing like that. I don't know, this kind of thing would probably work. Okay, so that, apart from the bar there, that would pretty much be an A I'd be okay with. Need a bit of work, but and now it's cool. This looks really staged, but it's not. I just did this. See, straight away, I'm getting a letter. Let's just ping it a bit. I'm getting a letter that's looking cool, and there's no way I'd normally do it like this, just by turning the page and trying to do a different letter. And sometimes you can get away with, this is probably the best V I've ever done. You get away with doing cool letters just by trying another letter and just making it look like something else. I mean, you got loads. You got the P that looks obviously like the R, but the R can also be kind of like a B when you're doing your letters. You got the W, that's obviously the M. Same with the N, same kind of vibe. As I said, you got the E, that's also the M, that's also the W, just by turning them and all that. So, and when it comes to O, this is one I really struggle because I can't turn it. It's just all this shit, I mean, I've seen people do this kind of business where you've got where you've got this kind of shape, or something, and they make it look cool, but I just can't make it look cool, and I make it look like a Q, and it just doesn't work. So if you want a challenge, try and do Olivier, or Oliver, whatever, just try and sketch that. I want to see it. Send me the pictures. Anyway, back to work. Right, so now for the fun part. The paper is warped a bit. Right, there's one thing as well that you really, really want to do. And I know the name in French, but I don't know in English. Plein et délié, which is kind of like an old technique of people doing, sign writing with letters. So you want to do, I think this is plein, this is délié, so you want a thick and thin line. So whenever you're sketching, you kind of do like a really shallow triangle sort of thing, whether you're having a curve or not. And do this kind of stuff. And that looks more interesting than having this, well, that can work, but actually you can see this is pointy, this is thick, as opposed to having something of the same size, which doesn't look as cool as twisting it around, kind of thing. Right, this is going to take me a while, so I'm going to speed this up a bit again. See you in a sec. Okay, so that's the piece done, or the sketch. All I have to do now is sign. Oh, no, it's not done actually. This is annoying when you do this on the wall. You take a picture, you go home and you're like, I forgot a bit. But it's a sketch, so I can always correct it. Right, that looks about right. Yeah, cool. Oh, highlights. When you use Poscas like this, they make the piece warp. I mean the paper warp. And when you're doing the lines, it's just going in their own direction. So you have to keep correcting everything. It's like sketching on a train. This video is going to be super long. Sorry. I think I'm going to have to use paint because this is not really working. I want it to ping. Right, so I'm just going to sign this. And I'm gonna get some paint and sort this out. Okay, so this is the finished piece. I hope you like it. I'm gonna do more of them. Just tell me what sort of thing you wanna learn, you wanna see me do and explain. Feel free to give a thumbs up to this video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, all that. And before I go, let me just show you some real quick. I said I'd give you guys a shout, so here we go. So we got Ardish Gang, Hassa, Lobe, Crash 5, Miko, Sebzo, Wolf, Sam, Zero, S-Rock, Fox, Morfritz, Psychotic, and Calm. So just if you want to be up on my wall on the next videos, just put it in the comments and just say this is my name. Just put it up. And yeah, I'll just put it up. So see you next time.